Emergency services. Thank you very much. Maybe Charles, if you can break down those numbers and tell us what happened before we also speak to Mr. JP from the emergency services who was on the scene.
Thank you. Good morning, and good morning to the viewers. The emergency services received a call at around 5:05 this morning, where we were informed of a head-on collision between a bus and a truck. And upon arrival on scene, they then discovered that there has been multiple patients that have been injured, and some were immediately confirmed dead. And they then started with treatment, including extrication of some of the patients that were trapped. So far, the total count of patients that we have counted on scene, it's 52. And out of the 52, we have got 26, which we recorded them as the walking wounded, and they were transported to between Kalafong, Garankuwa hospitals, as well as Steve Biko. Then we have got a further 4 that is moderate to seriously injured, and they were also transported to the hospitals I mentioned. Then we have got 7 patients that are critically injured and were also transported, as mentioned earlier. And so far on scene, we have got 15 deceased.
Mr. Mabaso, do we have an idea of maybe if what caused this accident, if anyone was under the influence of alcohol, or if there was something else that could have caused this horrible accident?
Yeah, so far we do not have details as to what is the exact cause of the accident. But as you may see, it's winter, it might have been still early and dark, and visibility reduced, so you cannot rule out any of the hindrances that could lead to an accident like this. But law enforcement are on scene, and then they will then carry on with the investigations as to what exactly the cause of the accident is.
Well, maybe let me just bring in also Mr. JP from EMS as well. You were here on the scene working. Perhaps maybe if you can share with us what time this accident happened and how was it like when you first arrived on the scene?
Yeah, so the accident came in just after 5 o'clock in the morning. It was still dark when we arrived. It was absolute chaos. So we had still a lot of people trapped inside the bus. Some of the people were trapped underneath some bodies. So it was then to establish the priority of the patients, see who's alive, who we can help, and then trying to get those that we can help first out of the bus and get them into an ambulance and get them to an hospital.
Do we have any minors here as well?
No, it's all adults.
And we may believe that they were all going to work at this point.
That's what it seems to, yeah.
All right. So when you say you got here in the morning as well, did you see anyone perhaps maybe trying to, ask for help or what it was? Because, I mean, there's 15 fatalities, and of course one would imagine that there was some sort of one looking for help here at the scene here.
Very much so. When I stopped my car way up at the road, I could hear the people screaming from the bus already. So there was absolute panic and desperation just to get out of that wreckage. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, JP. Do we know what time, how long the emergency medical services took to arrive here as well? Was it immediately, or it took a bit of a while? And were some of them maybe airlifted to be taken to hospital?
The first medical scenes and fire department was on scene within the first 15 minutes, very quick on scene. We've got stations very close in Roslyn and Dr. George Macquarie Hospital, which is very close. No patients was airlifted. All the patients could be managed by us, and due to the vicinity of the hospital, it was easier just to transport them by road.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. JP. Those authorities we found here on the scene. And